Hello and welcome everybody. It's raining motorcycles at EICMA 2018 and we are committed to bringing you all the relevant action from Grow Fiera in Milan. And this has been possible hugely by the support from the guys at Michelin. So don't forget to smash that like button. And what do we have next on the bikes?
Well, KTM as a brand has been very synonymous with the color orange as well as dirt motorcycles. While they still remain true to the identity of having the color orange, their naked street fighter, their entry-level naked motorcycle has kind of become the face for the brand. Now with Bajaj's expertise in terms of low-cost manufacturing and the mechanical expertise from KTM, they have truly become a force to be reckoned with. So it is just fair to say that with the introduction of the 200 as well as the Duke 390 when they were announced, I think a lot of the Aam Janta were introduced to performance motorcycling.
Now Varun stopped living in the past. Now this might have been true, the 200 and 390 might have taken the market by the storm when they were launched, but that is not the case anymore. They have become substantially more expensive now and they are far away from their introductory prices. And this has left a void in the current market. Now whether that is intentional or not is highly subjective, but that makes space for the next bike that we are about to talk about, the KTM Duke 125. Now the interesting thing is that KTM has been manufacturing this at the Chakan plant very much here in Pune, but they've been doing it out for the entire world. And up until now, it has been perceived that Indians wouldn't be willing to pay a premium price for what is at the end of the day a 125cc street bike.
Well, that is true, but I have a bunch of questions. Will it have the same kind of vibe when it comes to India? What will it miss? What will it not? Why don't we just stop arguing and let's cut to the chase?
You mean the commute?
What do you mean?
Well, let Rohan explain it.
Wow, I feel so happy, folks. Now, one of the best ways to commute through the city streets of Milan, if you happen to be in Milan, is this tram. Not an Aprilia RS4 or Ducati Panigale V4S, because that would not be pleasurable. The city streets are full of people, jaywalkers, traffic, cobbled streets and all that, pretty much like streets back home in India. So the best way really to commute through the city is to be in one of these trams, looking out the window to really appreciate the beauty of all that Milan has to offer. And it's just about striking me now that the other good way to be doing this is to be sitting on a KTM Duke 125. Now, there's no 125 here, but I know where I can find one. At EICMA 2018, the KTM Duke 125.
Well, as far as the looks go, it looks very identical to what we have seen on the Duke 390. A very minimalistic tail design, an exposed steel trolley frame, and I especially like the way the split LED headlamps look. We also have a TFT screen in place, a multimedia system that comes with navigation assist. What do we have on the engine front?
The engine is just like the 200 and 390. It's going to be a 125cc single that pumps out about 15 odd bhp at 9500 rpm and it's good for about 11.8 odd Nm of twist. So yeah, that's a pretty potent motor and that comes in with a proper 6-speed gearbox. And this is the kind of technology that is not generally seen on a 125cc, at least here in India.
Well, absolutely. When we talk about the suspension and the braking bit, the suspension is coming in from WP, so USD forks on the front, a monoshock at the rear. As far as braking goes, you have a Biber taking care of that, so a single disc at the front, a single at the rear.
All of that said and done, I am still a little skeptical though, because just like they did it on the 200 and 390, we might be getting lesser components for the India-specific model.
I think we might see a cost-effective version of the KTM Duke 125 when it finally reaches India. The same kind of treatment that KTM's kind of applied to the 200 as well as the 250. When you look at this motorcycle, imagine it without the fancy headlamp, the fancy TFT screen, and a lot of those quirky little European bits.
Alright, yes, all of this said and done, you tell me, what does the pricing look like?
As far as the pricing goes, it will most likely pitch against the R15. And if it does that, then it's going to be an outright boxing match when it comes to BHP figures. And while we have the R15 on one end with its super sexy, fully fed avatar, I think the orange has got quite a strong lure to have people switch on to the Street Fighter side.
Yes, now what happens to the Duke 125 when it comes to India, we still don't know. But as in how we find out, we'll let you know. But up until then, like, share, comment and subscribe, and do not miss an update from EICMA 2018.